From beer pipelines to royal quirks, Germany's history is packed with strange stories you won't believe. I mean, we're talking about a country that's been around for centuries. Centuries filled with wars, revolutions, and enough cultural quirks to make your head spin. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into the weird, the wacky, and the downright unbelievable side of German history. Get ready to have your mind blown, because things are about to get strange. Okay, let's talk beer. Specifically, beer pipelines. You might think someone messed up the blueprints for a sewage system, but nope, this was a thing. In the good old days, some brilliant Bavarian brewers decided, hey, why roll barrels through the cobblestone streets when we can just pipe this deliciousness directly to the taverns? And thus, the beer pipeline was born. Imagine the convenience. You walk into your local pub and bam, fresh beer straight from the source. No muss, no fuss. It's like something out of a beer lover's dream, right? Unfortunately, these pipelines weren't exactly a long-term solution. They were expensive to maintain, and eventually, more modern methods of transportation took over. But hey, for a glorious, beer-soaked moment in history, the people of Bavaria lived in a world where their favorite beverage flowed freely beneath their feet. I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty darn cool. Now let's talk about a man who took his love for fairy tales to a whole new level, King Ludwig II of Bavaria. This guy was basically the OG Disney prince, but with real castles and a tragic end. Ludwig was obsessed with beauty, art, and all things fantastical. He was a huge fan of composer Richard Wagner, and his reign was marked by extravagant spending on artistic projects, including, of course, castles. And we're not talking about your average run-of-the-mill castles. Ludwig's castles were straight out of a storybook, with soaring towers, ornate decorations, and enough whimsical details to make Walt Disney blush. The most famous of these is Neuschwanstein Castle, which you might recognize as the inspiration for Sleeping Beauty's castle at Disneyland. Sadly, Ludwig's fairy tale reign didn't have a fairy tale ending. His extravagant spending and increasingly erratic behavior led to his downfall. He was declared insane and died under mysterious circumstances just days later. Was he misunderstood, a visionary ahead of his time? We may never know for sure, but one thing's for certain. King Ludwig II left behind a legacy as beautiful and tragic as any fairy tale. Born in 1845, Ludwig ascended to the throne at the tender age of 18, following the sudden death of his father, King Maximilian II. Even as a child, Ludwig was fascinated by the world of myths and legends, often losing himself in books and sketches of fantastical realms. His admiration for Richard Wagner began early, and he saw in Wagner's operas a reflection of his own dreams and aspirations. When Ludwig became king, he didn't just support Wagner financially. He also sought to bring Wagner's operatic visions to life through his architectural projects. Neuschwanstein Castle, perhaps his most famous creation, was a labor of love that took 17 years to complete, though Ludwig himself only lived to see a fraction of it finished. The castle's interior is a testament to Ludwig's unyielding dedication to beauty and fantasy, with rooms that seem to transport visitors to another world. But Neuschwanstein was just one of many. Ludwig also built Linderhof Palace and Herrenchiemsee, each with its own unique charm and splendor. Unfortunately, Ludwig's passion for building these dreamlike structures came at a great financial cost, plunging Bavaria into debt and causing unrest among his ministers. As his financial troubles mounted, so did concerns about his mental health. Ludwig became increasingly reclusive, retreating further into his fantasy world. In 1886, he was arrested and declared insane. Just days later, he was found dead in the shallow waters of Lake Starnberg under circumstances that remain a mystery to this day. To this day, historians debate whether Ludwig was truly mad or simply a misunderstood genius. Meanwhile, his castles continue to draw millions of visitors, standing as monuments to his extraordinary vision. King Ludwig II's life may have been filled with tragedy, but his legacy endures, captivating the imaginations of all who encounter his storybook creations. So, was he the OG Disney prince? Perhaps. But more importantly, he was a dreamer who dared to bring his fantasies to life, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire wonder and awe. Germany's ancient piggy bank, still going strong. Let's face it, we've all had moments where we wish we could travel back in time and tell our past selves to save more money. Imagine the possibilities if we had just put away a little bit more each month. The vacations we could take, the stress we could avoid, the financial freedom we could enjoy. It's a universal feeling, isn't it? But imagine a bank that's been around so long, it could have given financial advice to your great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. This isn't just any bank, it's a living piece of history, a financial institution that has seen the rise and fall of empires, the birth of modern economies, and the evolution of money itself. Enter the world's oldest savings bank, founded in Germany in 1619. Yes, you heard that right, 1619. This bank has been a silent witness to some of the most significant events in human history. From the 30 Years' War to the Industrial Revolution, from the World Wars to the digital age, this bank has seen it all. That's right, this financial institution has been around for over 4 centuries, weathering wars, economic crashes, and even the invention of the internet. Talk about a survivor. It's like the financial world's equivalent of a time traveler, adapting and evolving with each passing era while staying true to its core mission. It all started in the city of Hamburg, with a simple but revolutionary idea to provide a safe and accessible place for ordinary people to save their money. Back then, the concept of a savings bank was groundbreaking. People needed a secure place to store their hard-earned money, and this bank provided just that. And guess what? It worked. The bank quickly became a trusted institution, a cornerstone of the community. People from all walks of life began to see the value in saving, and the bank grew steadily, one deposit at a time. Over the centuries, this little bank that could has grown into a major financial institution, but it's never forgotten its roots. Despite its growth and modernization, it has always remained committed to its original mission, helping ordinary people save money. It's a beautiful blend of tradition and innovation. It's a testament to the power of long-term thinking, sound financial planning, and maybe a little bit of German efficiency. The bank's success story is a powerful reminder that good financial habits, once established, can stand the test of time. So next time you're struggling to save a few bucks, just remember that bank in Germany that's been going strong since before sliced bread was a thing. If they can do it, so can you. It's all about consistency, discipline, and a little bit of faith in the future. Remember, every little bit counts. Start small, stay consistent, and who knows, maybe one day your savings story will be as legendary as that ancient German bank. After all, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, or in this case, a single deposit. The Sausage War, a battle for bratwurst supremacy. Okay, this one might sound like something out of a Monty Python sketch, but I assure you, it's 100% real. Picture this. Bustling markets, the aroma of sizzling sausages wafting through the air, and passionate debates echoing through the cobblestone streets. In the 19th century, Germany wasn't a unified country yet. It was a bunch of smaller states, each with their own customs, traditions, and yes, even sausage recipes. These states were fiercely proud of their culinary heritage, and sausages were a significant part of that identity. And in the grand tradition of human history, these differences eventually led to conflict. What started as friendly banter soon turned into heated arguments, with each region defending their sausage-making techniques with fervor. The Sausage War wasn't a full-blown war, thankfully, but rather a series of trade disputes and heated arguments over the proper way to make sausages. But don't let the lack of bloodshed fool you. The stakes were high for these sausage artisans. It all started with a disagreement over the use of certain ingredients, like garlic and nutmeg. Some regions swore by their secret blends, while others considered these additions an abomination. One region's traditional recipe was another region's culinary heresy, and things escalated from there. The debates grew more intense, with each side convinced that their sausage was the epitome of perfection. Imagine politicians arguing not about taxes or treaties, but about the proper ratio of pork to beef in a bratwurst. These discussions were not just confined to the kitchens, but spilled over into political arenas, with lawmakers passionately defending their regional recipes. It sounds ridiculous, but hey, people are passionate about their food, especially in Germany. Festivals and fairs became battlegrounds where chefs showcased their sausage-making prowess, hoping to win over the hearts and taste buds of the masses. In the end, the sausage war didn't have any clear victors. The disputes eventually simmered down, and the regions continued to make their sausages their way, each convinced of their superiority. but it serves as a hilarious reminder that even the most seemingly insignificant things can become a source of conflict. The sausage war is a testament to the lengths people will go to preserve their culinary traditions. So next time you're enjoying a delicious German sausage, take a moment to appreciate the long and storied history behind it. Each bite is a taste of the past, a blend of flavors that have been perfected over centuries. Just try not to start any wars over the mustard, okay? After all, food is meant to bring us together, not tear us apart. So, savor the flavors, share the stories, and enjoy the rich culinary heritage that has been passed down through generations. Well, there you have it, a glimpse into the weird, wild, and surprisingly true history of Germany. We've journeyed from beer pipelines to sausage skirmishes, and I hope you've enjoyed the ride. Which fact surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you're hungry for more bizarre history, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more mind-blowing content. Until next time, stay curious.